All right, good morning. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to I don't know if this is the official start, the unofficial start of the academic year at Stephen F. Austin. We are so glad to see everybody back. Christy and I have been lonely here on campus throughout the summer. But last night we drove in and we're at the house and every available parking spot next to our house was full. Apparently the band was moving in last night, and there were cars and parents and students everywhere, and it was really fun to see everybody coming back, and we're certainly excited to have everybody back. And I know some of us have been here all summer, so I don't mean to indicate that all of us were gone, but it sure gets quiet when the faculty and the students are gone. And I have to admit, every May, it doesn't bother me a bit that you all leave. But I am always excited when everybody starts to come back. As we get started today, we have some very special guests with us today, and I want to introduce them. Let me start with our state representative, not our state representative, but a state representative who will soon to be our senator. Trent Ashby is with us today. We're very much appreciative. We are looking forward to your new assignment, and we know we're going to work with you very well, and we know that you support this institution, and so thank you very much. We have some former regents here today. Robert Flores is here with us. Robert, thank you for being here. Joe Max Green. Joe Max Green is here, and David Alders, former regent. So thank you all for being here today. David Chadwick is with us, the Chadwick Banking Program in our College of Business. Buddy Alders is here with us today, and Buddy gives us things that I don't really understand. He gives us cows and ag equipment and unbelievable stuff that is supporting our growing ag program, and we appreciate you very much, Buddy. Thank you for being here. Kelly Augustine is here from the Nacogdoches Chamber of Commerce. Kelly works with us on the NAC in a Nutshell event, which is coming up. What's the date for that? August 25th. It's a great event, and we have nearly 100 local businesses that will be on campus welcoming our students and handing out, coupons and information on how our students can access those services in this community. So very, very exciting event and a lot of fun, so thank you for helping us make that happen. Hank Kraus is here with us today. Thank you, Hank. Hank has been a great supporter of the university. Bill and Barbara Gandy are here. We appreciate you guys being here. Earlier this summer, we opened the Bill and Barbara Gandy Makerspace in the STEM building, one of their many, many gifts to the institution. We also have our local superintendent, Gray Burton, is here with us. Thank you, Gray, for being here. We appreciate what you do, and we appreciate that you send us as many students as you possibly can, and we know you do, and we're excited to work with you. Charlie Glover is here with the TLL Temple Foundation. Charlie, we're glad to have you with us. We are rapidly moving toward an announcement. September, probably late September, we will be making a joint announcement, Stephen F. Austin and the Temple Foundation, about a refocused, redesigned carry operation that will, I think, transform the opportunities we have as a campus to be involved in probably the most critical issue in East Texas. It will create many opportunities across a number of academic disciplines for funded research opportunities, and it will engage our students in probably the most consequential workforce development activities that we do here at the institution. And so we're very excited to have the Temple Foundation. I shouldn't say back with us. You've always been a part of us. But Charlie has re-engaged that relationship, and we are really moving towards something that I think is going to be very exciting. So look forward to that announcement in September. And finally, Jeff Patterson, the CEO of our local NAC Medical Center, is here with us today. Since I've been here, medical services in Nacogdoches has been a constant concern, and for some reason people wanted me to do something about it, even though I don't know anything about healthcare. And Jeff has led a remarkable effort to expand and improve healthcare here in Nacogdoches. And what the NAC Medical Center has done with Memorial Hospital is transformative. It changes our community for the better. And he has done this not because he had to. He's done this because he wanted to. He's done this because he knows it's the right thing for this community. And he's done it at some personal cost. Anytime you do something that's difficult, that changes the dynamic of the current situation, there is some personal cost. And so I just want to say thank you to Jeff for taking that on and making our community better. And they are, less than a half a mile from our front door. So we're excited to have Memorial come back to life and be a great place for not only our students to be a part, but also for our community to have access to. So thank you very much. All right. Let's see. Let's introduce anybody who is new to Stephen F. Austin since the last time we did this. If you have joined us and didn't come to this meeting last year, but you're now an employee, stand up. Let us recognize you. All right. Well, welcome to campus. Some of you may have been here for almost a year, but we're glad to have you and glad that you're a part of the Lumberjack family. All right. Anybody who has completed a degree over the course of the last year? Anybody complete a degree here or anywhere else? It doesn't have to be an SFA degree. Anybody complete a degree? Come on. There we go. We have to celebrate getting degrees. That's kind of what we do. And so, all right, last one. Anyone who has a new addition to their family. Maybe you got new kids, got married. Anybody have a new family addition? Yeah, there we go. Well, congratulations to all of you. All right. You remember when you went to elementary school? Maybe, I don't know. The teacher would ask, "What did you do this summer?" All right. Well, let me show you what a couple of our students did this summer.
Everybody's having a great time at Busch Stadium tonight. Friday night at the ballpark. What a game. Big drive. There's an etude. A long home run for Herrera. The Cardinals with a symphony of home runs. They're going wild up there. I feel like I have to take my shirt off. Please don't. Swings and he hits it to right. A Redbird winner. A base hit to right. Right up the line in downtown St. Louis. And you can't tell me that these Cardinals players don't feel that kind of energy. Those are our MVPs tonight.
Before you guys ask the question, whoever started that in right field, I'll do whatever I need to do to make sure they come every game. Because that was awesome. Not only them, but everybody that showed up today. That was a fun environment.
We are here with the brain trust of the Stephen F. Austin Baseball Club. They are in the house. Yeah, we're here. You guys came last night, raise the energy. took your shirts off, waved it around.
We were sitting and we found an empty section. Actually, Caleb Cummings right here, our star pitcher, made the idea, like, let's just go, take our tops off, start waving them around. We were like, okay, so we found this section right up here. And we did it. We all got here, we were like, okay, who's going to do it first? And we were all kind of nervous, and I said, screw it, I'll do it. I took it off, and, well, it just rocket like a rocket ship, just took off from there.
Coming to the clubhouse. Hey, real quick. Hey, these are the boys I got everything. Oh, yeah! I'm speechless. This is amazing. I just thank you, St. Louis. Thank you, the Cardinals organization. You made so many young men's dreams come true. Just meeting stars. I'm just so thankful. Thank you all so much.
The Tarps Off crew is ready. The energy in this ballpark has been incredible.
It's my pleasure to welcome and introduce to you Caleb Cummings, a sophomore kinesiology major from League City, and Bryce Bradford, a senior accounting major from Palestine.
Wow, I never got taught taking my shirt off would go places, but here we are in front of all of the staff at SFA. I never thought I'd be here after this summer. I don't even remember the baseball we played in Illinois from that trip. I just remember going to St. Louis Cardinals game, taking our shirt off, and here we are in front of hundreds of people. Just crazy. I just want to thank all y'all for y'all's support, the amount of support I saw from the staff. Some I knew, some I didn't. I saw the Weavers posts on Facebook and Instagram, and the support, the text from Dr. Willis the whole time, just constantly cheering us on. And just one summer day, I got an email from one of the staff members asking us to come into Dr. Weaver's office, and me and Bryce were kind of shocked. We were like, yeah, sure, we'll go do it. Why not? And then he sat us down, thanked us for everything, and was just showing a lot of gratitude towards us and how we carried ourselves. And then he asked us if we wanted to speak here, and in the convocation for the freshmen, we were blown away by the opportunity, and we just can't thank y'all enough for the support. But like I said, we were there to play baseball, and I don't even remember, I think we went 1-2 maybe, 2-2, something like that. But looking back in that day in May, I don't remember that week of us playing baseball, as funny as it is, even though we're part of the club baseball team. But I remember what the Cardinals did and how we got to go there, meet the players. I remember meeting one dude, and he's listed as 6'6". I go, and he's towering up. I'm like, wow, I'm really in an MLB locker room. This was my dream as a kid, although that's dead because I'm playing club baseball now and not somewhere else, but that's okay. That doesn't matter. But just want to thank y'all. Never thought I'd be here, but Axum.
I'm not going to lie, I'm more nervous right now than I was taking my shirt off in St. Louis. I just want to say thank y'all to everyone. I mean, even if you didn't watch baseball, maybe you saw us, and I'm just kind of happy to put SFA on the map. And I know we got a large amount of freshmen coming in, and we have, oh gosh, I'm nervous. What? 3,000. No, what's the thing? Oh gosh, sorry. On Saturday. No, not that. The Glocella. Sorry. Glocella on Saturday. I hope to bring a lot of freshmen into that and introduce them to not just baseball, but all of our other club teams here. And I mean, look at what we made. We made a lot of good memories. Now, they may not be able to make as good memories as we did, but they have the opportunity. I just wanted to say thank you to Brandon Hatfield for letting us have this opportunity. Tarps off.
couldn't get them to take their shirts off at. You can see on the slide up here, the over $30 million worth of what we would have had to pay for the advertising that came from this. These young men represented SFA incredibly well when they had their shirts on and when they had their shirts off. The number of interviews they did was remarkable, always handled themselves really well, and they started a nationwide phenomenon. I don't know if you watch baseball, I mean, it's happening in every ballpark across the country, and it started because our club baseball team decided to make something happen. So thank you guys very much. My phone started blowing up that day, and I had no idea what was going on. It's usually not good. So that was terrific. All right, let's take a look at some of the other things that our students did this past summer. Not really summer, last year. Culinary students, this was not a pleasure trip to the Masters. It was, they worked their butts off, but an incredible experience. The Sylvans continue to be absolutely incredible. They dominate all of the competition and do it in such a way that one of their recent victories, they won the academic portion, they won the physical portion, and then they were voted the Sportsmanship Award. So they win, and they do it in a way that other people still like them. It's unbelievable. So good. And the postcards that I got from, I guess you can call it the study abroad, I got a stack, I have a stack of postcards, and I know that the faculty advisors that took them on those trips made them write the postcards, but that's okay. It's still amazing, and the comments that they make are absolutely incredible, and I'm so glad that we're able to let the students have those experiences. And if you didn't notice, if you can go back one, as a recovering Oklahoman, you see the Brahms? Oh my God, that is awesome, right? Best ice cream in the world, go to Brahms. But our students, the robotics team, they ended up at Brahms for some reason. So anyway, all right. One more group of students, and these are student organizations as well. Sometimes we don't think of them that way, but our athletics department had the most incredible year that probably in the history of Stephen F. Austin, or certainly close, probably one of the most incredible seasons any school anywhere has had. We have trophies all over the place. We won just about everything you could win. These students did an amazing job. One of the things, I think if we go on to the next slide, you can see, if you compare to 2024, in the Learfield Director's Cup, is that what we call it? We jumped up from 262nd out of 361 schools, all the way to 111th in Division I. And they did all of this while reducing their budget. What an incredible year to all the coaches, the student athletes, the support staff that makes that happen. Just an absolutely incredible year from our athletics group. And if you remember, last year at this time, I told you that we would be going to the student body and asking them again to pass a referendum on an athletics fee. And I'm pleased to announce that they overwhelmingly, 68% approval of the new athletics fee. And that will make a huge difference here at the university. I said it before, and I'll continue to say it. The only students who do not benefit from the athletics fee are the athletes. It's all those other things that you saw our students doing that benefit. We will be able to do that plus more. We have already allocated an additional $1 million to the student support initiatives, both in student life and in academic affairs that allows for those kinds of activities to be more readily available to more of our students so that they can go to St. Louis and rip their shirts off and change the course of history. All right. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our provost, Dr. Jordan Barkley. It's been 1 year since Dr. Barkley came and joined us, and a pretty remarkable year, and we certainly appreciate all that he's done, and I appreciate very much that he's here to help lead this institution.
So I learned in 1 year it's better to travel up here with your own papers so you don't mess up the papers for the president. So I brought my own talking papers. Couple things. First of all, I want to say good morning to everybody and thank you, Dr. Weaver, for this opportunity to give updates on behalf of the division. I am going to address a little bit of a rumor, a little bit of an elephant in the room, because I heard last Friday there were some people who were very worried that Academic Affairs is having its own welcome meeting Thursday, and they were like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Are the president and the provost not okay? So, yes, Dr. Weaver, we didn't break up. Everything's fine. We just have a lot to discuss Thursday, and so we're gonna have our own meeting with breakfast. Just saying. So, anyway, other thing I would be remiss if I did not say, because I'll get in trouble by my wife when I get home this afternoon. Jeff. So most people in the room don't know, but about 5 weeks ago now, I think, I fell and cracked my head in 2 different places, front and back, and suffered a pretty bad concussion. And so I have to thank you and Nacogdoches Medical Center for taking excellent care of me once my wife could finally get me to go to the emergency room, because I apparently did not go for 2 days. So I'm still struggling to follow all the recovery orders, hence standing here today without sunglasses on, but the lights are not that bad. So anyway, most of the changes that we experienced this last year were planned in some form or fashion. And as a division, we were given loads of opportunities, and I have that in quotes, always trying to be positive, loads of opportunities to demonstrate a commitment to providing a quality education here at SFA. So I want to take a moment and personally thank you all for that commitment, particularly when it would have been just as easy to say things like, that's the new guy's problem, let him fix that, that's what we pay him for. Or, my favorite, I don't know, Provost, that feels a little bit like a controversial topic, or we have a hop that says we can't do that. But you didn't say that, at least not to my face. And so here we are, preparing for a new group of students for fall of 26. So here are the quick updates I think are important for everyone on campus to be aware of as we welcome this next class. And it starts with, when I arrived, we had 6 academic colleges. We still do, they just don't look the same. So here are some updates on those colleges. First up, we have the Hospitality Administration program joined the Nelson Rushi College of Business with Dr. Jason Reese now serving as the new dean of that college. So feel like Hospitality Administration belongs in the College of Business, maybe not in the old College of Education. Makes a little more sense. Next, the James I. Perkins College of Education was combined with the College of Liberal and Applied Arts, resulting in the James I. Perkins College of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences. So what used to be called Education Studies was split into 2 departments because that was I don't mean unwieldy as in the people were bad, I just mean it was pretty big. So it was a pretty unwieldy department. It's now Education Studies and Education Resources. And these 2 programs joined all the other departments in the former College of Liberal and Applied Arts, with the exception of the School of Social Work and the Department of Psychology. And they weren't kicked out or disowned, they just now have a new home. So on the next slide, that new home is our newest college. I'm super proud of this. SFA now has a College of Health Professions, which provides a centralized academic unit focusing on health-related programs, particularly as they relate to the healthcare needs of rural East Texas. This college is comprised of the DeWitt School of Nursing, the School of Social Work, the Department of Allied Health, the Department of Family Sciences, and the newly named Department of Psychological Sciences. And this college is led by our founding dean, Dr. Elizabeth Plorin, who joined us this July, and I know she's here somewhere because I spoke to her there she is. So help me welcome Elizabeth. She has not complained about the Texas heat one time, so we're glad to have you here with us. 3 additional programs found a new home in the College of Sciences and Mathematics. Our aviation program joined the Department of Earth and Aviation Sciences. Our construction management and interior design programs joined the Department of Engineering and Construction Sciences. Now, while nothing was officially relocated to the Mickey Elliott College of Fine Arts, and Gary Wirtz is here somewhere, I'm sure, and he relished in the fact that I wasn't doing anything to his college, so he didn't get any new programs. However, Gary's college continues to outpace enrollment growth, particularly in the new musical theater program, so I'm extremely excited to see what happens this year with that college. And lastly, although no new programs were added to the Arthur Temple College of Forestry and Ag, there are now, for the first time, officially 3 distinct academic programs, departments within that college. We have a Department of Agriculture, an actual standalone Department of Forestry, and a new Department of Environmental and Geospatial Sciences. Now, we've also experienced some leadership changes within the division. And in the Office of the Provost, I now have on my team Dr. Stacy Hendricks. Where's Stacy? Right there. Stacy serves as Vice Provost for Resources and Faculty Affairs, which is a fancy way to say she handles all of the money and all of the people issues within the division. So if you need money, you see her. Or if you have a problem or a complaint, you can also see her. New position, Dr. Shay Runnels serves as the first Associate Provost for Student Academic Success, and I saw Shay is in the middle. There she is, right there. So Shay has the distinct pleasure of working with a fantastic team of people to stand up SFA's first-year experience program and all other services that we're providing to this growing class of students that we're welcoming. We also have Dr. Todd Brown serving as Associate Vice President for the Arnold Center for Entrepreneurship. And Todd was in that role. Todd started, his first day was my first day last year, but I felt bad I didn't know enough about what either one of us did last year to be able to stand up here and tell you what Todd does. So Todd is on the team and doing fantastic things with that Center for Entrepreneurship. And then the last addition to the team, and I'm kind of most excited about this one, and it makes me feel like a nerd, but I am the provost, is Karen Hall serves as Assistant Vice President and Chief Data Officer within her team in Institutional Research and Effectiveness, which effectively means that Academic Affairs now has the group in its division that manages data for this institution and helps us make actual data-driven decisions and data-reliable decisions. So I'm excited about having Karen. So help me welcome those people. We also have some leadership changes in the academic colleges, so I want to go through these because I know lots of staff across campus have to interact with chairs and deans. And so they're up on the screen, but I'll just call out a few. Obviously, Dr. Reese is now the Dean of the College of Business, and recently Dr. Justin Blunt was named Associate Dean for the College of Business. And we have Dr. Stephen Kosovich as the Interim Chair for Eco and Finance, and Dr. Marcus Cox as the Interim Chair for Management and Marketing. In the Education, Humanities, and Social Sciences College, that's the one where we combined, Dr. Knepp continues as the Dean, and we have Dr. Amber Wagnon as the Interim Chair for Education Studies, Dr. Brian Uriegas as the Interim Chair for Education Resources, and poor Dr. Joyce Johnson, who is an Associate Dean, has agreed to step up, or was bullied into that decision by Dr. Knepp, I'm not sure which one, to also be an Interim Chair for Language and Cultural Studies. And in Forestry and Ag, we have Dr. Matthew McBroom serving as the inaugural chair for that standalone forestry department, and Dr. Cheryl Jerez as the chair for Environmental and Geospatial Sciences. As I mentioned, we have Dr. Elizabeth Plorin heading up as the founding dean for our College of Health Professions, but also wanted to point out that we have Family Sciences as a standalone department now, and Dr. Rachel Jumper is serving as chair there. And one last chair change in the College of Sciences and Mathematics is Dr. Chris Avancic as the chair for Computer Science. So help me thank these people. So I don't have remarks about people taking their shirts off because that's generally not a good thing in my division, Dr. Weaver. Keep our clothes on. But there's plenty from 2025 and 26 to celebrate, and I could not let today's Welcome Back meeting pass without taking a moment to recognize and celebrate a first for SFA. Last year, Dr. James Adams, Associate Professor and Director of SFA's Sound Recording Technology Program, was recognized as SFA's first ever University of Texas Systems Regents Outstanding Teaching Award winner. Please help me congratulate James for this accomplishment. I'm also excited to share that we already have 2 faculty members who've already submitted their materials for this year's award process, and I'm anxiously awaiting the outcome of that award. And speaking of proud accomplishments, I also want to take a moment to share that SFA increased research expenditures by $1 million last year, posting nearly $5.5 million for the year, which is no small feat, so you can clap for that too. Now, if you're involved at all in research and sponsored projects, then you know that this kind of increase is only possible when dedicated faculty and research staff work hand in hand to find, submit, and support sponsored research projects. Dr. Lane and his team, though considerably leaner than most sponsored projects teams in the state of Texas, continue to strategize ways to support faculty research endeavors. And as you've seen in our newest strategic plan, we intend to increase SFA's focus on research and sponsored projects in the coming years. There's considerably more from the division that I'd love to share, but I'm mindful of the amount of time that I have this morning, and we also have that Thursday meeting, the breakup meeting, where we can spend about an hour and a half talking about all the fantastic things in our division. So I'd like to end this morning's divisional update by asking you all to help me congratulate our faculty colleagues on the screen who were promoted to the rank of associate or full professor, as well as those who received tenure. So will all of you in attendance this morning please stand so that we can congratulate you. And lastly, the president and I would like to recognize each of you who were granted tenure by presenting you with a personalized axe handle. So as I call your name, please come forward to receive your axe handle from Dr. Weaver. First up, Dr. Stephanie Ross, Associate Professor of Accounting. I said this last year because it was my first day here, or first one of these. It's so nice to come from a state like Colorado to a state like Texas where you can get a weapon on your in your welcome back meeting. Can't do that in Colorado. Next up, Dr. Ralph Schuster, Associate Professor of Counseling. Dr. Robin Whitehead, Associate Professor of Kinesiology. Dr. Jason McIntosh, Associate Professor of English and Creative Writing. Dr. Tyler Welsh, Associate Professor of Language and Cultural Studies. And lastly, Dr. Deepak Singh, Associate Professor of Computer Science. Oh. That's it from Academic Affairs.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Barkley, my best friend. Dr. Barkley announced some changes, some new folks, and I have a few more that I'd like to introduce to you today. I want to start with our new campus police chief, Mike Funk. joined us from the University of Texas System. Seems like Chief's been here a while, so it's hard to believe it's been less than a year, but we're glad to have you, and thanks for the work you do and your team does, keeping us safe here on campus. We appreciate it very much. We also have a new Dean of Students, Dr. Chad Thomas. Dr. Thomas. Dr. Thomas comes to us from the University of Texas at Dallas, so he's familiar with a lot of our system policies and procedures, so we're glad to have Dr. Thomas with us as well. And the last change I wanted to announce is that we have separated the Division of Organizational Effectiveness and the Division of Budget and Finance. Judy Cruel, who serves as our Vice President and Chief Financial Officer, is now a direct report to the President. This is an important change for a number of reasons, but there's a near-term importance that we have to deal with, and there's certainly a long-term benefit as we conclude our transition into the University of Texas system. In order to operate with them and coordinate our activities with them, these two divisions need to be separate. So we're excited, and we appreciate Judy's leadership very much in this effort. Now, all right, I'm never quite sure where to put this budget information, but this is where you get it, and we're going to go through this, and there's some really good and important information. And I should say before I move on, I forgot to point out Michael McBroom. When I talked about athletics, our athletic director, Michael McBroom, has been leading that organization and doing a great job. So, Michael, thank you very much for helping us. All right. I'll start with the good news on our budget. Our fiscal year 2027 budget, which doesn't technically start for another couple of weeks, was approved at the Board of Regents meeting last week. And according to the Board of Regents, we are projected to have a positive cash flow of 2.3% over the next academic year. So we're off to a good start. Now, I want you to, now this is the less good news, okay? We haven't even started the fiscal year 27 budget yet, but we are starting to look ahead to fiscal year 28 because this will be a significant milestone for us as an institution in that it will be our first budget as a part of the University of Texas system that does not include the $6.5 million that they have been providing annually to support our operations. And so that is coming to an end. We talk a lot about the University of Texas system investing in Stephen F. Austin, and they do. And you're going to see a slide later about all that they are putting into this institution. But generally speaking, the funds that they provide for us are out of the PUF fund. And PUF money can only be used for capital projects. So the fact that we've been able to use this $6.5 million for our operations for 4 years is very unusual. It is not a typical setup within the University of Texas system. I'm assuming it was negotiated as a part of the merger or takeover or whatever it is that you want to call it. But it is coming to an end. So as we look ahead to the budget, we start out with $6.5 million that we need to figure out how to deal with. We're also entering a legislative session in January, and we receive annually about $3 million from what they call institutional, enhancement. Last session, there was a great deal of debate about what institutional enhancement was, where it came from, what it was for, what its purpose was, how do we define it. Nothing happened to it. But as we head into this legislative session, it's very clear that this is going to be up for debate again. Now, there is some talk right now that the legislature could put additional money into higher education, and that additional money would be distributed out to the institutions based on a new performance-based funding model. That's certainly possible because our soon-to-be senators here, I try not to say what I believe all the time, but it's highly unlikely that they just dump a whole bunch of new money into higher education. We would love it if they did. But the more likely scenario is that some or all of the institutional enhancement money will be repooled, regathered, and then redistributed out using the performance-based funding model. We're not sure how that impacts Stephen F. Austin. We've seen some initial versions of what a performance-based funding model might be, and we like it. But throughout the legislative process, things have a tendency to change. Right now, the largest institutions in the state do not fare as well with performance-based funding as we do. And it's almost never happened in my career where the largest institutions said, sure, let the small ones have all the money. That's not usually the case. So there could be some debate over what's in the model, how the money is redistributed. So right now, we're not projecting any of that money coming back to the institution, but there's certainly a possibility. Exceptional items. We have a number of exceptional items. We have an exceptional item for the Soil, Water, and Plant Analysis Lab. We have Stone Fort Museum. We have the Applied Poultry Studies and Research. We have the Rural Nursing Initiative, Forestry Studies Center. We have CARI, the Center for Applied Research and Rural Innovation. And we have entrepreneurship that all receive exceptional item funding. The governor, the lieutenant governor, and the Speaker of the House have already told us to submit a 3% cut in those items heading into this legislative session. So we know there will be a cut. We don't know exactly how much. We hope it's limited to 3%. But in each of these cases, these are all items that we as an institution supplement their operations. Even with the full exceptional item, we still use university money to make these things happen. And so we have to, in the next year, if they get cut, we have to start making some decisions about how much money are we willing to take from our students and put into these programs. And that's going to be a difficult conversation, but that's one of the things that we have to be paying attention to. You can also see our health benefits. They go up about $2 million a year. It's about a 10% annual increase. And this is what we pay as an institution. This is not what you pay. Each of you pays a portion of your health benefits, and those change also. They haven't typically been going up 10%, right, Judy? They don't go up 10%, but our portion has been going up 10%, and the projection is that it will go up 10% for the next 3 or 4 years. And so we have to anticipate that that will be a continuing cost. Our utilities went up $1 million this year, and if you know, you should, we're getting ready to add at least 2, and a year after that, a 3rd brand new building onto the grid. And one of those buildings is enormous, the new forestry and ag building. So I have no idea what our utility costs will go up to, but we do expect that that will continue to go up as well. So we're looking at a $13 million issue there that we have to think about. So the positive, formula funding, we are in a legislative session. The good news is when you grow, typically, the formula rewards you for that growth. So we're hoping that we get double bonus points. I don't know if we will or not, but we certainly hope that there will be some return of formula funding. As I mentioned, the performance-based funding could be a real positive for us. It could be a negative, but we're putting it in the positive column for today. And then, of course, enrollment increases. As we continue to grow as an institution, that generates new revenue. So this calculation is what we're trying to address. As you know, we are climbing out of a 50-year low in enrollment. When we started this biennium, we were at a 50-year low in our enrollment. Our budget looked like it. But we're turning that around. And we have to understand the environment in which we work. Higher education in Texas has never been more competitive than it is today. We haven't raised tuition in 7 years. Our formula funding over that period of time has gone up 1%. Our expenses have significantly increased over that time, and our students and their families are asking us to provide greater value at an affordable rate. So over the next coming months, as we move toward working on the next fiscal year budget, I'm asking all of our senior leadership and all of our deans to start asking some very, very important questions. Not how much does this cost. We're going to be asking questions like, does this advance our mission? Does it serve our students? Does it contribute to our future? Is this something that Stephen F. Austin must do, or is it just something we've always done? We will have to reduce expenses. We will probably have to stop doing some things. We just have to become more efficient. The environment doesn't allow us to look at it any other way. Now, I don't want this to be a scary situation. What it is about sharpening our focus. That's our theme for this year, is to focus our institution on the things that matter. Our goal is to protect and strengthen the things that matter most: our academic mission, the student experience, the quality of our faculty and staff, and the programs and opportunities that distinguish Stephen F. Austin. You know, we can choose as an institution to be mediocre at everything, or we can choose to be exceptional at the things that are most important. You're going to see in just a minute, we have momentum. And now we have to do the tough decision making that allows us to turn that momentum into the amazing opportunity that sits before us. So let's talk about momentum for a second. Enrollment is still just incredible. It's just incredible. When you look at what we've done in applications, these are all in Texas, right? There's Corbin, how many schools are in Texas? There's like 56 or something. I can't remember what the number is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. There's a lot. And we're right at the top, right? Applications, admits, enroll. Go on to the next slide. 220% increase in applications since 2021. That's remarkable. Go to the next one. 172% increase in admitted students. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it. One more. Okay, I said we hit a 50-year low in 2024. Look what's happened since then. We're moving in the right direction. We entered this biennium. We took a $2 million cut to our formula funding because of what had happened to enrollment. And what happened? We delivered the 2 largest freshman classes in the history of Stephen F. Austin State University. That is absolutely incredible. Dr. Willis, Janet Chansey, Courtney Burns, Megan Kelly, Tina Smith, LaShonda Parker in financial aid, Corbin Payton, our marketing team. What they are doing is driving an unprecedented success for our students and for people that want to come to school here. I've never seen anything like this. In fact, our freshman class last year grew by 27%. And that's awesome. The problem is, we weren't ready for it. We physically were not ready for it. We literally broke housing. I mean, seriously. Last year at this time, I was getting phone calls, emails, Facebook posts from parents, students, all about housing. It was a disaster. We put Heather Howell in charge. Heather Howell and her team, in 1 year, have turned housing into a real positive for the institution. Heather, where are you here? You here? She's probably working on housing right now. I haven't heard a word. I'm serious, not one phone call, email, nothing. Students are moving in. People know where they're going to be. The only thing I've heard is that nobody wants to live in Hall 14. I like Hall 14, but anyway. So we learned something. We learned we weren't ready for a 27% increase in our freshman class. We learned that growth is not really about how many students you can put in this place. It's about whether we have the capacity to serve those students once they are here. So I said we can't do that again. And I put some restrictions on what we do and how we do it. Our team could have brought in another freshman class that broke records, but we're not ready. And so we held the line. This year's freshman class is not as big as last year's freshman class, but it's the second largest in the history of the institution. And I don't know about you, but I figure if we bring in the 4 largest freshman classes in the history of the institution in back-to-back years, this institution will grow, right? So we just can't do it at 27% a year. That's not sustainable. We put way too much pressure on our operations. Our parking, course sections, faculty capacity, advising capacity. We stretched it all to the point where it was very difficult for us to serve students well. Coach Carthel, he's up there, he might say we outkicked our coverage on that one. And it shows. The good news is, because we decided that this freshman class would be different, it's better. We have the smartest incoming freshman class that we've had in the last 25 years. You can see that the number of students coming from the top 25% of their class is up 30%. The most valedictorians, the most salutatorians we've ever had. And we're serving more students from East Texas, an 11% increase in our local students. That's exactly who we are designed to serve. And so to all of the folks who made this happen, I say thank you. We found out that it's really, really easy to open the doors and just let everybody come in. It's really hard when you say, okay, here's the number, try to hit it. It's much harder. I didn't know how hard that was until we started trying. If I remember right, we denied admission to like 800 students real early in the year. And of course, once you do that, they're gone, right? And if we wanted to grow, we would have been wanting them back. But we chose to not let that happen to us. And so I just thank the team that's been through this, that's worked on this, and they have delivered another incredible class for us. And we're really excited about this freshman class. They're going to be terrific. So how do we build capacity so that we can grow faster? There you see the 2 largest classes in the history of the institution. Pretty dang good. Nice job, guys. All right, so how do we grow capacity? Oh yeah, you want me to show this one? All right, well here's the point. Here's the point. Retention rate went down from 72%. We've been pretty steady, right? Went down to 69%. That's how we know that we let too many in and we couldn't provide the experience that brings them back. That's pretty clear. And so we need to fix ourselves so that we bring them back. Because you can't bring in more and lose more and think you're going to get ahead. You've heard it over years, all of your career. The secret to enrollment growth is bringing in more students and keeping more students, right? Well, we did the opposite. We let in more and we lost more, percentage-wise. We actually have more sophomores than normal because the freshman class was so big. But this is an indicator that tells us that we weren't quite ready. So how do we get ready? How do we get ready? New facilities. University of Texas system continues to invest heavily in this institution. Forestry and ag building is coming along. I hear that it's going to open in May. Yes, it's going to open in May. The Agriculture Engineering Technology Building sits right behind. It's coming along also. The Greg Arnold Center for Entrepreneurship we broke ground on that earlier this summer. It will probably open this time next year, so we can do this opening meeting outside. No, I'm kidding. No. Anyway, Lumberjack Crossing. This will open in the fall of 2028. You will start to see that work start very soon. We've already, I think, taken that parking lot offline, and students are thrilled that there's less parking on campus. So, as I mentioned, this is really important. A couple years ago, we brought 3 residence halls, the Horseshoe, I don't know what their numbers are, but we brought them back. They were in mothballs. We brought them back, tried to make them presentable. Students are telling us, yeah, I don't want to live there. 14, for whatever reason, is just not. Nobody wants to do that. So even the space that we have is not really set up for students to be excited about it. They get there, they get put there, and it's not the number one thing on their list. So we have to overcome some of these obstacles. So the opportunity to add new facilities, new opportunities, things that students will be excited about is really important. And if you've looked at our campus master plan, this is just one of what we hope to be 5 additional residence halls on campus. They are desperately needed, not just because we need more beds, but because we need beds that students are excited about and facilities that they are excited about. All right, so what else is the system doing for us? $37 million that we were just approved for at this last board meeting for deferred maintenance. I don't know exactly all of the projects that are included, but I hope we get the elevator in liberal arts fixed so that you don't get stuck in the elevator anymore. It's the little things that matter most. But $32 million of deferred maintenance across campus. There are some buildings that will come down. We have a number that military science, as a matter of fact, is a horrible, horrible building. And if we went out there right now, 4 or 5 of us could probably push it over. It's going to come down. And that's a deferred maintenance project, because if you don't have the building, you don't have the deferred maintenance. So anyway, and you can see $14.6 million in tech debt. That's an interesting phrase, tech debt. But one of the most important things that we're doing there is campus security, campus safety and security. New cameras, new card swipes on buildings. I think we're going to be able to get almost every door with a card swipe to provide as much protection for our students and our faculty and staff as possible. Lots of campus security measures. And I guess if you need a computer, we might have some money. I don't know. There's $14.6 million, so unless you need a fancy computer, you're in luck. All right, Lear and STARS, everybody should be familiar with those. That continues on an annual basis. A new one for us is $4.6 million in educational resources program. We're not sure if this is a every year thing or a one-time thing, but this is really for very specific activities that help students be successful. So Shay Runnels and her new team and first-year experience, this is exactly the kind of thing that this money is designed to help with. Now, it's capital, so do you need chairs and desks? And, obviously we're fixing you up a nice new facility in the library. So the system is investing heavily in student success and making sure we have what we need. And this slide does not include the $5.5 million approximately that they provide in Purple Promise funds to the institution. If you remember Purple Promise, students who come to us from families who earn $100,000 or less come to Stephen F. Austin tuition and fee free. We ran out of money this year. We ran out of Purple Promise money. There are more students who could come here that qualify than we could afford. The system could give us $7 million, and we would be able to spend it. Believe me, I think the system is committed to continuing. I think at the board meeting, did they announce $600 million more into the? I think they were moving like $600 million more into the endowment that funds Purple Promise. So I mean, they're serious about this, and I think they're going to move the number from 100,000. My guess is their goal would be to get it to 150,000 over time. Obviously, I don't know how much time that is, but it's amazing. It's an incredible program, but we have so many students in East Texas that could benefit. The more they give us, the more we'll be able to do. All right, but it's not only the system that is investing in this institution. It is also our donors. For the first time in the institution's history, we raised more than $25 million last year, this year, however you want to look at it. Just incredible. I think it was over 30 million, but Trey's kind of keeping the lid on it because he doesn't want to have to overdo 30 million next year. But Jill Still and her team had an incredible year, the most we've ever raised, and that's unbelievable. Thank you very much for doing that, and your team did a great job. Thank you. Giving Day, second consecutive Giving Day that set records, right? Incredible. And this last one I'm really excited about. A couple years ago at one of our investiture events, we announced that our goal over the next decade was to double the number of endowed faculty positions at the university. We are less than 2 years into that commitment, and we have already doubled the number of endowed faculty positions at the institution. So now I'm trying to figure out what the new goal is and how high can we set it, but our donors have responded in an incredible way, and so we're very, very excited about that, and we can't wait to see what our faculty do with that new opportunity. All right. You heard New College of Health Professions. You know, we're doing a lot of things. You know, physically, new buildings create capacity. That's great. New support, scholarships creates capacity. But you still have to have the programs. You still have to have the people that make a difference. The New College of Health Professions. Our focus on entrepreneurship as a campus-wide activity. Refocusing the Carey Center to be more effective. Creating a first-year experience program that helps all students. We called it first year, but my guess is we're going to have students in their second year and their third year walking in the door saying, I need some help, and we're going to have a place that can help them. Shay and her team are basically building a plane while it's flying, and it's amazing what they're doing. They have a new home over in the library, so if you want to go over to the library, they're there. So there's a lot that we're doing to create the capacity among our services as well as our physical campus. All right, last year I announced that we were going to be developing and launching a new website, and it got generally positive reviews at this meeting, and I hope that you have now seen that we have launched our new website. Phase 1 has launched. If you haven't visited, I hope you do. Looks like we're getting a tutorial on the screen as we speak. Phase 1 is focused on the highest impact recruitment content, academics, and our program, degree programs. Phase 2 is already underway. I would encourage you, if you have a page that you would like to be updated and it hasn't been, you can do it yourself. The new system we bought, or that we pay for, is designed plug and play, right? I mean, I probably can't do it, but somebody that knows how to use a computer could probably do it. So you can make your updates. You can make your website what you want. No longer do you have to go through marketing communications to get permission to do it. You do it, and then they review it on the back end. And if you mess it up, they'll pull it down, no problem. But don't wait. You have the power, you have the authority to make it what you want. And so we're very, very excited about the new website. I hope you take a look at it. Also this year, we'll be wrapping up the Second Century Strategic Plan. Between now and the end of this calendar year, we're asking each of our departments, programs, divisions, to take the strategic plan and apply your work to that plan. Don't try to connect to everything. Not everybody has a role to play in every element of the strategic plan. The idea is to focus on what you do and how it fits into the plan and what you can do to make sure that we create the institution that we want. So that will be rolling out over the course of this semester, and everybody will have an opportunity to be a part. So please get that done, and hopefully by January we'll be in implementation phase of our strategic plan, and we need to move rapidly as this will allow us to grow the capacity that we need in order to become the institution we want to be. So let me wrap up with a few comments. We should celebrate. This is an incredible thing that's happened at this institution over the last couple of years. We have built momentum. We have strengthened our relationships across East Texas. Megyn Kelly can walk onto any two-year college in the East Texas now, and she's welcomed. Yeah. Oh. I had to go on an apology tour my first month here. So we have great relationships in the University of Texas system. We have earned the confidence of our alumni and our donors as they are investing in Stephen F. Austin. And most importantly, we have demonstrated that this university is moving in the right direction. That should make us very, very proud. We know better than most that universities go through seasons. There are seasons of uncertainty, seasons of disruption and decline, but there are also seasons of opportunity and expansion. In a season of opportunity, momentum is the most valuable asset you can have. At a time when we have significant investments being made in our physical infrastructure, we can't simply sit back and assume that the additional operating dollars we need will just appear. We can't assume that someone else will solve this problem for us. So this year, we are going to act. We will have to evaluate our low-performing academic programs. We will have to consolidate or realign some operations to reduce recurring costs. We will have to look carefully at the services and activities that for many, many years have required substantial subsidies from the institution. We will have to become more efficient. We have to sharpen our focus. That's our goal this year. We have to protect and strengthen the things that matter the most: our academic mission, the student experience, the quality of our faculty and staff, and the programs and the opportunities that distinguish Stephen F. Austin. The question is not whether we have momentum. The question is, what are we going to do with it? We cannot assume that today's opportunity will still be here 5 years from now. Leadership changes happen. Economic conditions change. State priorities change. Demographics change. Windows of opportunities open, but they eventually close. This year, we have to become focused because our success has created opportunities that we've never really had before. The investments that we are making today in our academic programs, in student success, research, workforce development, facilities and partnerships, These will define Stephen F. Austin for the decades to come. The choices we make over the next few months will help determine what this university looks like for the next generation. We have worked really, really hard to get to this point, to have this kind of opportunity. We have reversed a 50-year enrollment decline. We have built momentum. We have attracted students. We have earned the investment of the system and the confidence of our donors. We have an opportunity that we haven't had in a long, long time. But now we have to make the choices necessary to build on that momentum. I believe that if we get this year right, the next 5, 10 years will be an absolute amazing time for this institution and this community. We are poised and ready to explode. We just have to get ourselves ready for what the future can bring us. I thank you for what you do for this university every day. You work hard and you make a difference in people's lives. However many come here, we change their lives for the better. And that's something that we should all be proud of. So we're going to have an incredible, incredible year with students that want to be here, that love being lumberjacks. As I mentioned, the move-in is on Thursday and Friday. So if you'd like to get out there and help people at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm sure they would love to have you out there. Convocation, freshman convocation, we haven't done that in a while. We're going to do that on Sunday at 4 o'clock. If you'd like to join us to welcome our incoming freshman class, I think it's going to be a really nice afternoon, and I know those students are excited to do it. Governor Abbott is coming to campus August 26th, so we're going to be able to host the governor this month, I guess, a couple weeks. I have no idea what he's going to say, but he's going to be here, and we'll all listen with great anticipation. And so we have lunch. All of you are invited to lunch in the Student Center cafeteria, so I hope to see you there, and I hope you have a great, great year here at Stephen F. Austin. Thank you all very much. Axum Jacks.